It is that time, 7 o'clock on a Saturday, which means living and loving with Triple L. We have amazing guests tonight. I know you're not surprised about that. We always bring some of the best streamers on the platform together on Saturday night to talk about life and love. I see you, Top Badge Lemon Bay. You are going first, my love. So, not a problem. We'll wait just a couple more minutes and let the room fill in. But if you're new to our show, we gather, like I said, every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is season 4, episode 5. We are at our 57th show. We have had over 130 amazing, successful top badges, beginning streamers, consistent streamers, longtime streamers on our show over the last year. We just celebrated our year anniversary. September 25th was a full year as a featured show. We are so grateful for your participation. Make sure you're favoriting the people that you vibe with in the chat. We are the Good Vibe Tribe in circles on Plenty of Fish. My original username when I became a Plenty of Fish user in 2018 was Live, Love, Laugh 2110. Those were my sport numbers. And such a mouthful. When I go into a room, people don't know how to say all that together. So I became Triple L, and most of you know me on the app as Triple L. So it stands for Live, Love, and Laugh. I believe we should live well, love more, and laugh always. My streams typically are uplifting, lots of music, costumes, positive vibes. Just want to give people a place to come and feel safe, connected, and to enjoy their stream experience. So tonight is our featured program. I ask that everyone is kind, respectful, and supportive. If you're not enjoying the stream, no problem. Just swipe left or right. You'll find another amazing stream, I'm sure, for you. Otherwise, sit back, relax, grab a snack, get a drink, and enjoy seeing these two streamers. One is a top badge with us, someone I've seen since I became a streamer in 2020. And one who is newer to my journey in the stream dream, but also a musician and a successful streamer. He's about to hit his milli, so let's help him achieve that. And let's just bring each other together, connect, and enjoy. Okay, so we always start out with a healthy living tip of the week. This last week we had donate your time, treasure, or talent. I hope you were able to do something this past week until today to donate your time, volunteering, your talent. If you have a talent to give, like coaching for me, I coach youth sports, or maybe you have treasure. Maybe you have some money you can share and donate with an organization. Of course, many of us are still in need after COVID. And there's always things going on like hurricanes and there's always people in need of things, right? Or support, food, money. So please be able to donate if you can, okay? We can have Thanksgiving every day. This week, our healthy tip is going to be, and I've used this one before, but it's been a while. So I want you to really try to start your day on a positive note. I know many of us, the alarm goes off. It's typically our phone. We get our phone, and as soon as we get our phone, we're logging into our social media, we're checking messages, emails, work stuff, we're already into the grind. I would really like you this week, if you could, try to set up a positive space for yourself when you wake. It will change the whole momentum of your day. So whether that is a new picture or just something that you love, like something bright and colorful. I love sparkles. I love butterflies, something right near your bed that when you roll over, turn the alarm off, you see something positive. Calm music. If you have a way to set an alarm that's like soft classical music or something calming to wake you up in a positive mood. If you can't do those things, maybe you can get out for a walk quickly. But it is important that within that first 10 minutes of your day, you're doing something very positive, uplifting, and that fuels your soul. It will shift the way you move through your whole day. So I encourage you to take a step back, try to recreate your morning habit. If you're already doing this, kudos to you. But give yourself something calm, loving, and positive to wake up to in the morning. Try to steer clear of hopping on your phone into the grind, whether it's your stream grind, your IG, your work, whatever it looks like. I have 3 kids, single mom life, so a lot of mine revolves around them, but still, even meditation is a wonderful way to bring some positivity into your morning and really start your day off right. And maybe some of you work night shifts, so maybe you're starting your day in midday or the evening, whatever time of day you start your day. Make sure it's on a positive note, uplifting note for yourself. That is our healthy tip of the week. Our affirmation this week is, and I'd like you to type it in the chat if you can, say it into your heart space, your mind space, and bring it into your aura if you feel inclined. Write it on a Post-it and put it up close to you in your mirror, your microwave, your refrigerator. Our affirmation this week is, I live in an abundant universe. So please say it with me, type it in the chat. I live in an abundant universe. So really take that in. We live in an abundant universe that is limitless, literally limitless. Miracles are happening around us all the time. They may seem small, but in the big picture, they're magical and they are miracles. So please keep in mind, you live in an abundant universe. I live in an abundant universe. Welcome in, everyone. This is the Living and Loving Show with Triple L. I'm so happy you're here. We have 2 amazing guests tonight coming right up. So, all right. Now, Lugs' favorite part. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. And I am looking at the comments. I just can't greet everybody or acknowledge everyone right now, but I sure will after the show. So I am grateful for you and your time and your love and support. Okay. All right. You know what time it is. It's Lugs' favorite time. It's the mom jokes. It's the dad jokes told by a mom. Okay. All right. So we're still in this, Halloween mood here on the show. So, just bear with me now. I didn't say they were good jokes. Okay. So put on your silly socks, your silly hat, and go with it. Just go with it. And if nothing else, just fake a smile. Okay. I swear I'm going to know if you're making fun of me or if you're actually enjoying it. All right. Where does a mummy go on vacation? Where does a mummy go on vacation? Mummy, like a wrapped up mummy. That's a good guess. Good guess. The Dead Sea. The Dead Sea. Wah, wah, wah. Again, just go with it, y'all. Okay. I know. All right. I didn't say they were good. I just said they were jokes. Okay. I thought this one was funny, so let's go with it. What do you call Ryan Gosling in a mummy costume? What do you call Ryan Gosling in a mummy costume? Ryan Gosling. Like Gosling? Gosling? All right. You guys are a tough crowd. Okay. Last one. What does a panda ghost eat? You guys can get this one. I know, super silly, right, Raiders? What does a panda ghost eat? Bamboo with 2 O's. Boo. Boo, baby. Boo. Okay. So those are our silly jokes of the evening. I might even spoil you and give you some later in the show, but probably not. Again, our affirmation of this night is I live in an abundant universe. Your healthy tip of the week is start your morning off with a positive vibe, whether that be music, positive picture or quote or meditation. I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to be your best self, and starting your day off within the first 5 to 10 minutes on a positive, uplifting note will really change the energy for your whole entire day. It will keep you more motivated and more inspired. So now, okay, so I'm fangirling. This next guest, I am not going to lie, I have been trying to connect with this amazing Top Badge for a long time because they are a phenomenal human, a phenomenal streamer. I enjoy their energy. Their streams are uplifting and fun. And well, she is gorgeous to look at. Let me not lie. So before we get started, everybody, can I get some lemons in the chat? Can I get some lemons in the chat? Yes, yes, we are welcoming in Top Badge Lemon Bay, our first guest of the evening. Hi, Travel.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
How are you?
You're amazing. I know you just had your show, and I'm so grateful for you spending the time with us tonight because I know that's a lot. Just doing a show, and then you were streaming for a while, right?
Yeah, I was up all night last night.
So bless you. You're
My
amazing.
life, like I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I streamed up until like 2 p.m. and my game show is at 4 my time. And I'm telling my stream like, guys, I have to go to sleep, and they just wouldn't let me go to sleep.
And those are some of the best streams, right? It's like
Right?
you can't go. They don't want you to go.
Like here we are, like it's gonna happen. What's the word? Regardless, sleep.
Well, I
No
love it.
sleep.
I did pop in, and I love your show. It's a lot of fun. People were on one tonight. They were doing well and vibing, and that's always the best. I wanted to ask you, may I make you into the medium-sized box so everyone can enjoy you, or would you rather stay in this size? It's totally up to you.
There ain't no filter in this box. I don't know about that.
All right, so let's. You want to keep it? Let's. Are you good here? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good here. All right, love it. All right. So, let me take a deep breath because again, I am fangirling. Like I said, you were one of the first streamers that I came across when I became a streamer. And before that, I was a viewer, like many of us when the COVID started. But I know your story starts before that as a streamer. So, would you share with us just how did you become a streamer and some of your streamer journey?
So I've had Meet Me since it was my yearbook. Back when I found out about the app, it was like advertised to other high schools, whatever. Like this is how you meet people in your high school or people that you did go to high school with. So I was on the app for literally like I've been streaming for 5 years, but I probably had this app for around 7 or 8 years. So
Molly.
I got out of a relationship after my yearbook turned into Meet Me, and like the live streaming thing had just come out, and I'm like, what is this new tab? You know, like I was there the day that live streaming came out, and it was so much different than what it is now. So
What
and I
was it called back then? What was it called?
it was still called Meet Me.
Okay, okay. So it was Meet Me, but there was a
Mhm.
live feature.
Yeah, they had just added the live feature.
Okay.
So I'm checking this out, and I watched for a couple days, and then I was like, let's try it. My first couple of live streams, people weren't that nice to me. This was before top badges and VIPs, even levels and bouncers were a thing.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, it was a completely different looking app. It was very new in the beta stages. But yeah, like my first few live streams weren't very nice. But I was like, you know what? You guys hate me so much, but you give me all your time. I'm definitely coming back tomorrow.
I love it.
And, I just kept going. I met so many great people, friends that turned into family throughout the years. And I just got my top badge around 7 months ago. But when I started streaming, I was 19. As much as I wanted my top badge when I was 19, 20 years old, it's a lot to handle, you know.
That's wild. So, and you're still, I mean, on the younger side, at least to me now. I'm
I'm
over here
23.
a senior citizen of streaming.
I'm
So,
23.
23.
I turned 24 in a little over a month in December.
Oh my God. and you made the top badge. I know it took a lot. Am I right? I mean,
Challenge. That was a challenge. I don't know who saw my application, who didn't like me. I don't know who was working for the app back then that just decided like Lemon Bay no. But eventually, after my featured show, I did end up getting it.
well, I'm proud of you and you deserve it. And you're like I said, you're one of the streamers that when you're on, I'm like, I want to pop in. You know, I may not be able to be the biggest gifter, but I love your energy. You're always, for the most part, you're uplifting, you know, and you're
It's the
real.
most
You're
part.
real. And I love that about you too. You keep it, you know, 100 and you're fun and you're beautiful to me. I mean, I just love like it, whether it's you, you know, doing like a get ready with me kind of stream or talking about outfits or you know whatever, it's always entertaining and a lot of fun. So I'm grateful
Well,
that
thank you.
you're here and I'm so glad you got your badge, much deserved. So
Hello, your badge is loading, girl. Get into it.
have you seen a difference from streams for yourself since getting the badge? Has it shifted anything for you,
I mean,
externally or on your own for yourself?
it has. I've always been like in my own lane. Like, yeah, I'm a streamer who supports streamers, but most of my board is made up of like me finding my own gifters that love and support me. A couple of streamers mixed in there, and then I support other people, you know, with whatever I have left over, feel like giving out at that time. But after getting my top badge, like there's a lot of drama. So like literally, I got my top badge and I went to Atlanta for a couple of days, and then being a badge at that point in time, like everyone was looking at me, you know, because I was now in the group with the cool kids, hanging out with so many other streamers. And, you know, as far as talking to other top badges go, I expected a little bit more when I finally had gotten my badge. Um, it's more so like I was treated better when I had a VIP.
I think there's I mean, I know there's truth to it because you're saying it, but I can see that. I could see how that would be that could happen. I haven't really heard that part of it, but that makes sense. I mean, unfortunately, some of the drama goes around money
Right.
and the
It just
VIP.
puts you it just puts you in a different category of drama, even if you don't want to be in it. You know, automatically sometimes the badge just puts you in it, you know.
Right. Like you said, a lot of eyes come on to
Right.
you. I mean, because one, you're trending very high, you're always trending, and well, people look up to you, which is a gift, but it's also, I mean, a challenge.
No, they say heavy
But
lays
like,
the crown.
what did you say?
Heavy lays the crown.
Heavy lays the crown. Absolutely. Agreed. I mean, I can only imagine. Don't have it yet, but I'm gonna
Hello.
try to manifest it one of these days.
What I kept saying, like when I had applied for my top end and people kept asking, where's your badge? Where's your badge? I was like, it's in the mail. Stop asking me. It is in the mail.
I like that. See, I keep one right here. Let's see, where is it? I keep her right next to me, and she comes out here and there, and I just put her on my own, you know, my own head.
Just put it up there.
Put her up near my own. So it's the vision board for me. But yeah, no, I like that. It's in the mail.
But yeah,
um,
as long as you're fun and you don't let people ever get to you, which getting your top badge, you obviously had to not let people get to you to get to that point. But it's definitely doable. But getting your top badge, it is the work doesn't stop. If anything, it gets harder because now everyone's always expecting content. Everyone's always expecting you to have good weeks and place in contests, and it's not that easy. You know what I mean?
that
So
was my other question was, did it allow you more freedom not to feel like you had to go live all the time? But honestly, I feel like if I were to get my badge, I might go live even more. I feel like I would because I would, I think there would be an audience all the time, you
right,
know?
there usually is an audience, but not all of them talk. You know what I mean? Like I can get up to like 2,000 views and maybe only 100 or 200 people will talk that whole live stream. So it just depends. It does give you opportunity not to work so hard, you know, because when you're going for your badge, for some people that 250K can really take all of that energy out of them. You know,
That's a big
in
number.
10 hours a week, like you don't even have your badge yet and they want you to stream 10 hours a week. Like what if you have a full-time job and kids and all that stuff? So yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a real stream dream in here. I mean, it's something that takes a lot of time, energy, effort. I mean, I've shed a few tears,
It's
spent a
I
lot of
cried.
friggin' money. I'm not gonna lie, just building, the props and the
There was
cost.
a lot of fights. I've dated on this apps. Things have ended in burning flames. My roommate is Queen V. Like that's my sister, and you know sometimes it just gets hard. Like it's crazy to think about, but like we've had little arguments over the app. Like the most inconvenient thing. Looking back at it now, I'm like that was so dumb. But like it just felt so serious. Like all of our friends run this app. We had so much money into it, and like sometimes it's just hard to navigate.
It is, and it is. I mean, it's a lot. It can be long hours. It takes, like I said, money, your time, your energy.
Your
People get
feelings, it takes
your
your
feelings. People start coming out of the pocket, and the trolls are one thing, but it's when it's like your people they get me sometimes, and I don't think they mean to. But it's just one of those. I might be having one of those days, and it can change the whole mood. But I think you said it well. It was like, I'm gonna come back, like what you said when you started. You're like, well, you're spending time with me, so obviously I'm doing something right. I'll see you tomorrow. and,
Oh,
and just
I
come on back.
grinded for so long. I remember when they went from 80K, and like that was fine. I hit that no problem to the 250, and I'm like, now I really, 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 really have to try. And
That
then like I want to say about they had that for about a month, maybe like 2 weeks, and I got my badge. And I was like, thank God, because I had hit the requirements for top badge for almost like 6 months to a year plus hours, views, diamonds. And that takes a lot out of you when you still haven't gotten an email or anything back about it. You know what
it,
I mean? So as soon as I did get that email, I'm like, I'm not streaming this week.
like
As soon as they sent me
take
the
a
email,
vacation, a
they sent me the email
staycation.
on Tuesday. And I was talking to my friends, I was like, because I've been streaming for like 30, 40 hours every week. And I'm like, I don't want to stream until Friday. And they're like, do it.
As you should. I mean, that you deserve it. You deserve that break. You worked hard for it. Um, Hold on a second. How am I joining my own stream?
Oh,
Who is this?
that's a
I
fake
want to
account.
check that one out, Luxy. Okay, so I do have, I mean, yeah, anyway. So, okay. So, I do want to talk just briefly, and I know I got to get you off because you need a break, and I want you to relax and enjoy whatever you decide to do tonight, and get some rest. But could we just talk? And you kind of touched on it, but tell me a little bit about how do you handle being, such a charismatic, talented person. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're successful, you're, a social media influencer, and you are in the dating world. How do you
Tell me about
handle that? How do you set boundaries? And any tips for us streamers that are still trying to balance life and streaming and love and
it.
throwing love in there,
So, I've been on this app for a long time, and there are people who will try to make you do things that you don't want to do for diamonds or anything or for clout. But at the end of the day, there's no amount of money that are worth that is worth you not being able to sleep well at night. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like not even money, just people. If you're friends with someone or there's someone on this app who you do care about, but they're not giving you the energy that you deserve. They're stressing you out on live, they're blowing you up. And it's not even that serious. Like you have to be able to cut it off. A lot of people do want to control you. And at the end of the day, all of these apps are dating apps. I was on Meet Me before Live was even here, and I was hanging out with people, mingling with guys. So just because they added live to it doesn't change the whole aspect. This isn't TikTok. This is Meet Me, POF, Zeus, OK Cupid. A lot of us are here for love. Not saying a lot of us want it, but it's a dating site. We downloaded this app to be social in one way or another, or by accident. I don't know what your excuse is.
Absolutely agreed. And that's, that's finding that balance. Many of us do come in as a potential dater or looking for friendships or meetups. And
Right.
then that go live is another feature, which I think is beautiful when used properly and safely, and everybody be real careful. I mean, make sure you're screening your people heavily because even the screen people can turn out to be a little cuckoo. So just be careful.
I've been doing my date box for like 2 years and I still haven't found my man. I don't know what is happening.
So are you currently single? Are you off the market?
I'm single. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying my time. You know,
As you should. In your 20s, that is what you should be doing. You should be having a blast, enjoying your success, stacking that paper if you can, right? But this app
I'm
will
still a
take it right out of
fan.
you. As soon as you get it, you want to give it. I know you.
I would like to have like I do want to be settled down maybe by the age of 25, maybe early 30s. But I don't know. There's just so much life to experience and there's so many flavors to taste. So I can't have no man. I can't do it.
Well, and it's good to know that too about ourselves, especially when we're young. I would, if I could go back to my 23-year-old self, 25-year-old, which was, I feel like my prime time. If I knew what I knew now back then, I would do things a little different, just enjoy it and,
When are we
be
all
safe,
though?
be smart and have a great time, because we really do only get one life. I mean, you're in the public eye, which brings a lot of challenges, but I hope it's bringing a lot of joy too. And I know you've built those deep connections with friends and now basically like family, and that is one of the beauty, parts of the app too. So
Yes. I built
cling
my
to
own
that
family.
stuff.
Because I've always been very like to myself growing up and in high school. I don't like socializing in actual groups of people. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for me to go up and try to make a friend. But being alive and being able to build a community at my own pace that I'm comfortable with, it just really it changed everything because it's crazy. There are people on this app that love and care about you and they're so quick to buy a $25 package when there's times we're asking our family for $25 and they can't even do that. You know what I mean?
That's true. I
So
mean, yes,
there's so much
yes.
love on this app, and that's so crazy. Growing up from the Midwest, where people treated me like I was less than, to come to an app and like see that I did have some value and people did care. At 19 years old, it really did. It let me know that I'm okay. Being treated like crap in real life to come to an app. Yeah, you guys can be a little crazy in the comments, but most of it's just love, you know?
Yes. And that's why we love a good block button.
Right.
Don't be afraid to use it, y'all. I don't use it much, but sometimes you just should. Don't don't waste your energy. I am so grateful again for your time tonight with us on this show, Living and Loving with Triple L. You all, this is Top Badge Lemon Bay in the box. Right now, I need you to click that box, favorite her, go follow her on her social media, check her out on all her platforms, and connect with her. You will not be
Thank you.
disappointed with her streams. I am so grateful. I want you to have a great night, get some rest, and I hope to see you on tomorrow.
Yes, girl. Thank you so much for having me, and I will see you very, very soon. And shout out to everyone in the comments. Thank you guys for pulling up for your girl, pulling up for Triple L.
Thank
Hello.
you. You guys throw the lemons in the chat. I love that emoji, by the way. It's
It's a
perfect.
good emoji.
It's
Good.
perfect. All right, my dear. Enjoy
Bye,
your night.
love.
Thank you again.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Oh my goodness gracious. She just pulled like a super all-nighter, like just rocked through like an early morning stream and then went all day, had her featured show It's What's the Word with Lemon Bay. It's every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. So it's just before our show time at 7 on Saturdays. So make sure you tune in. She is a lot of fun. She's very talented. And like you heard, she's been streaming as a streamer for like 5+ years as a streamer. So basically, since she was of age to be a streamer, she is a streamer. She's also got an amazing IG where you can connect with her. You can reach out to her for her show. I know Andrew in here is her admin for her show. So if you're interested, you can also Instagram him and you can be on her show, which I'm looking forward to hopping on her show one of these days. So maybe we can make that happen. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday night. I'm so glad you're spending time with us tonight. We're interviewing amazing streamers, successful streamers on the platform. We just had Top Batch Lemon Bay. We're going to be cruising into our second guest of the night. He is a musician. He's also a father of 2 grown children. He is a pansexual, and maybe you all can ask him a little bit more about what that means to him. And welcome him in. If you could throw the bears in the chat. We're looking for bears in the chat. We have Papa Bear Sings coming in as our second guest of the night. Please welcome him in with lots of bears, clap hands, big hugs, lots of love, and butterflies if you're nasty. Just kidding. It's featured show. Okay. Hi, Papa Bear. I had to do the, what is it, Janet Jackson?
Yeah.
How
Let me move
are
my
you?
mic so it's actually closer and you can hear me. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
So good to see you. Thanks for hopping in with us tonight.
You're
It's
welcome.
always,
Thank you.
I've been on featured shows with you before, but I've never actually had you as a guest, so I'm honored.
Yeah. So it's it's nice to be here. So I loved everything that she was saying. It was like Lemon was just spot on.
Yeah, and lots of good, just tips and real advice about the journey. I think many of us, if we're consistent streamers, would love to have a top badge and, just to hear that it's not always, right off the cuff, and it takes a lot of dedication and.
Oh yeah, and it's rarely right off the cuff. But yeah, I took my notes, so I'm good. So
Okay. You all, this is Papa Bear Sings. He's actually Good Listeners Papa Bear Sings right now. Top badge Good Listener. Looks like she won you an
for the
auction.
rest of the week. Yeah, I was in Groovy's auction. Yeah, Warriors auction. Warriors
was that
character
the
auction.
Halloween? Oh my gosh. I
And-
saw some of those some of the clips on Instagram.
That was fun. I dressed up as a pirate and was like, had a little pirate backdrop. I love OBS because thank you. I can do wacky backdrops with OBS. So
Awesome. Now is that's on a computer, I'm imagining.
Yep. So I stream on my computer. So the only downside is if my computer is being weird, then my stream is equally weird.
Okay. Well, I've never actually streamed from a computer, so that would be something I'll have to look into someday. I do the iPad life. But I know, look at that.
There's my pirate backdrop for
Arr. I love it. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about how you became a streamer, and you're getting close to that 1 milli. So you guys who like to take the millis, I'm telling you, hit him with that favorite and join his streams and take a milli.
And actually Good Listener took my 800K as part of the auction. So she got my name and she got my 800K. Apparently I was 5,000 away from 800, and she was like, just before it ended, she's like, oh dang, I'm just gonna go ahead and click another, and she gave me another one of her 10,000. It was like, oh, thank you.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. Congratulations. That's huge. 800,000 diamonds. That's a lot of time and energy. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, so I started on POF. I'm on POF, and I started, a decade ago, I don't know, whenever, as a dating app. I was like out of a, marriage, and was just starting to dabble in the idea of dating, and it wasn't, I'd hit or miss. I'd come back, I'd go, I'd come back, I'd go. And then in 2020, 2 years ago, in the fall, September, I got a flu shot, and it caused a immune reaction in my body, which created it's called chronic pain syndrome. So I was, for 8 months, couldn't lift my arms up this, above this, and I couldn't walk more than, a couple hundred feet without being in absolute pain for the rest of the day. Couldn't play my guitar, couldn't play my drums. And for about 8-10 months, I was just trying to get on the road to recovery. And then I started being able to play a little more guitar every day. And then in June, I bumped in, I saw the live. It was like, what is that? And I go into some of these streams like, oh, it's just people talking about whatever.
Everything. Yeah. It's like Seinfeld.
Well, it was like, okay, this is one where, okay, someone is sleeping. Okay. I never understood that until I started streaming. And then I started visiting, I'd go into boxes like this, and people are like, oh, you have a guitar on your profile, but does that mean you play guitar? I'm like, well, yeah. Can you play for us? I'm like, I guess. And I'd start playing. They're like, oh my gosh, you can play really well. You should stream. And after a few weeks of hearing that, I finally said, okay, I guess a couple months. And then August 6th of last year, I decided to go ahead and start streaming. So I've been streaming for a year and a few months.
How do you like it? Is it, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the best part, the thing I love most about it is it got me an audience at a time when you couldn't go out and get an audience in real life.
Absolutely.
And so I was now playing my guitar 2 to 4 hours a day. And that was some of the best therapy I needed, was just to be playing my guitar regular and getting feedback from people and getting song ideas. And it's a huge, I credit streaming with a lot of my recovery from the chronic pain, is because it gave me motivation to get out there and keep streaming. I mean, keep playing music for people.
I love that.
And I got to meet a whole bunch of people. For the most part, I not met a lot of people from England. I mean, a few, but people from England, from Saudi Arabia, from Australia, from the Philippines. I've got a ton of friends in the Philippines now, this guy. And I'm learning Tagalog, which is kind of the national language, but not really. It's complicated. But so I'm learning a new language. Yeah.
I love that. Well, my kids are multiracial, and we know Tagalog, and I know some, but their father is Filipino and mixed.
Oh,
so,
sweet.
yeah, that's awesome. So worldwide connections, one of my favorite parts about the app.
Yep.
Music, another wonderful part about life. It sounds like you've really found a great network of people that support you, uplift you, and connect with you.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And so in your recovery, are you healed? Is it something that goes away, or is it something that will maybe, what is that?
I think it's a situation where I'd say I'm 95% to where I was before it started.
Okay.
There's still, my left knee seems to be this one area that just doesn't want to fully let go of the idea of being in pain all the time. Mm-hmm. So I'll still use a cane at times, and it does limit how far I can, walk with my dog, but mostly recovered. And the other part of it then is I just need to be aware of it and make sure that I am, practicing, mindfulness and doing what I can to keep, because what happens is your brain, the thought happens that, something bad, and then it triggers the pain, and the pain triggers the nervousness, which triggers more pain, and it becomes a cycle.
Absolutely. And pain is, when we're experiencing chronic pain, it really does change our mood. It can put us, in lots of different emotions, but usually, sadness and anger even, and like, yep. We're kind of on a wit's end. I know I have some dealings with different pain issues myself, and it's hard, but I'm so glad to hear, in depression, yes, on that even darker, deeper side of it. But I'm glad you were able to come out of it for the most part. And now, did I hear you correctly that, and we don't have to get into it too much because I know it's going to get a little touchy to some people, but did you say it came after a flu vaccination?
Yeah. And actually, there's two parts to it. One is, every time I got the flu vaccine throughout, most of my adult life, I'd have a week of feeling like crap. And that makes sense, because what happens is you're introducing something for your body to figure out how to fight. And so your body's immune system goes into high gear and says, okay, let's fight it. And for some people, that looks like overwhelm, and your body's doing everything it can.
Right.
And so I'd spend 3 to 4 to 5 days in bed after a flu shot. And so often I wouldn't get it. But with COVID, my doc was like, you might want to do it this year just because you don't want to end up with the flu while all these hospitals are filling up. And
Yes.
so I said, okay. And for me, in my case too, it's somewhat connected. I had some abuse when I was younger, and repressed it. And I'm going to, for the love of my family, I'm going to say not family member abuse.
Okay.
And, but so I repressed it until I was older, and then have had to work through it. A lot of the chronic pain I was more susceptible to it because of the previous abuse. Because that abuse left me with PTSD. PTSD has a lot of triggers. Triggers can also activate the chronic pain.
That's deep. And I thank you for sharing that. And I know you're not alone. I know I have also experienced trauma as a young person and have spent my adult years and teenage years. I just didn't know. I couldn't pinpoint everything,
And that's a big part of it. We can't always identify what, we know there's something up, but we can't always figure out what's the cause of it. And that's the hard part of dealing with, is you can't resolve something or heal something or fix something that you don't know what's wrong. So sometimes it just takes time, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I see it now. Okay. So.
Yes. Well, I am sending you lots of love and light and healing, and especially that knee. And I don't know, I'm up there now. I'm 45 years old, and they're like talking eventually a knee replacement and a hip replacement. And I'm like, oh, good God. But it's happening younger and younger. I think with our generation, we were, doing a lot of sports, pushed really hard, and here we're getting,
Yeah. And I'm fortunate. Yeah. I'm fortunate that I haven't had anything like, because it's not rheumatoid arthritis. It's not anything like that. So it's not like a knee or a hip thing would, in my case, benefit me. It really is just to keep moving as much as I can without activating any of my pain. And then again, working on the mindfulness, to, just let some of the mantras I have, like I have a path I walk around a few times during the day, are, you are safe now, is one of the ones I have that I walk up to, and it's like I look at it and I say it out loud, and it's something that's important to remember, is that what happened back then. This is today. And sometimes it can feel like it's back then, but this is today. And it's, finding ways to remind yourself, for me to remind myself, that it's today.
Very powerful. And you're right, bringing ourselves back into a present moment, because often we get anxious or, in kind of a trauma mindset if we don't reset and remember where we are and how we've overcome, and just basic things like I'm washing my dishes right now, or I'm walking my dog right now, or I'm deep breathing, just kind of like you said, getting back in that mindfulness mindset will help get through some of those tense moments.
It does.
Very powerful.
So I want to connect it back to, because I know this is about love and streaming, or
Yes.
that sort of aspect. And because of the nature of what happened, it really messed with my ability to trust, which is why I have multiple marriages that ended in divorce. We'll put it that way. I don't want to use words like failed, because I got something from each of them, and I'm actually, good friends with some of them, and other ones not so much, because you can't always have that pie in the sky sort of like, hey, we were great and now we're going to be great as friends. But when it happens, it happens. And so I know one of the things you were talking about, like, am I currently seeing anybody? I know that's a question coming up, so I'll just beat you to the punch.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it is I'm in a best friendship with someone who there's great potential for it to move on to something else, but currently it's a lot of getting to know each other, developing the trust, developing the friendship, and they live in another country, so it makes it a little easier to not rush into things, but it also makes it harder to trust, because it's so, you don't hear from them, and you're in way different time zones. It's like, is everything okay? Okay. Don't overthink. No news is good news. I will hear what I need to hear when I hear it.
Yeah.
Which is difficult.
But
I'm not always successful.
The love part is awesome. I mean, the cultivating the relationship, I should
Yeah.
the
And
building.
yeah, yeah. And we both love each other very much, and we're clear, like, I love you, I love you. And we're not calling it a relationship, like our romantic relationship, because it complicates things. So we're just taking the time to, get to know each other.
Which is healthy. And I think there's a lot of success. I know for sure. In fact, two of my dear streamer friends, one was a top badge, Kevster, and Miss Liz. They just had a baby. They met on the platform,
Oh, sweet.
got married, they moved in together, and then they just created, and their baby was born like 3 days ago, little baby girl.
Oh, a little
So
meet me baby.
does happen and it can be successful. And they were in other countries. They were in two different, she was in Canada, he was in Europe. So, it does happen. It's not easy and they went through a lot of challenges,
Hmm.
and trust is a big part of it. And like you said, the time change is huge. Just being able to find the time to connect.
Well, yeah, because I also had an all-nighter last night, or most of the nighter last night, because we hung out on the phone and we watched a movie. And for her, it was during the day, and me, it was during the overnight. And so it's kind of like I slept a lot later today than I would have normally, but I'm also more tired today than I normally would be because I was up until 4 or 5 in the morning. But I don't, it's one of those. I had a great time, but sometimes we have to adjust, and sometimes she'll stay up late for her time, and we'll talk during the day here. So it's
Yeah,
finally the balance.
that's sweet. And I love the virtual movie dates. It's
That was so much fun. We've tried it a couple times, and the first time we tried it, we started watching a movie, and we're pausing periodically. We're watching The Others with Nicole Kidman, and I was trying to explain some of the stuff with the history and etc. And we'd pause, and then we'd start talking, and also be like, "Oh, we forgot about the movie," and we should get back to. Oh, we got distracted. We started talking. We were like talking to each other for 7 hours. We watched 10 minutes of the movie,
I love it. It's the
and
Netflix and chill with a
that,
verbal component, with like a mind
yeah, was
component.
just like talking about stuff. And I think I think I had to be on somebody's stream that night. So at one point, I was down here, and she's on my phone with me, and muted, and I'm streaming on whatever guesting I was doing, and so she's like hanging out with me as I'm doing that, and then we went back and talked for a while. Last night we finished a movie.
I
Yes,
love it.
it was a really I felt like it was a real good accomplishment. We paused a lot, but it was, yeah. So I felt good that we actually got through a whole movie.
That is so awesome. And love can conquer anything and get us through everything. When we use
Yeah.
patience and love and caring, and we're really present and want to be with that person, you can get through it. And you're
Yeah.
doing it.
Well, and you say that, yeah, love, and I add a word in front of love when I look at it for like what makes a successful relationship is the word unconditional, which is a hard concept, because what does that mean? It doesn't mean be a pushover or let somebody walk all over you, but it means when I'm upset with my partner, or in this case, when I first started working on it, was my oldest daughter, my stepdaughter, and I'd realized whenever I got frustrated or upset with her, it wasn't it was my expectation that she wasn't meeting that I was frustrated with. She
Mm,
wasn't doing whatever it was the way I wanted her to do it. So I had to go, okay, so let me step back, work through my part of it, which is why am I frustrated about it being done a different way, or why am I whatever I'm feeling, and then I could come back to her. And it never was really her. Personally, I think it's never the other person. When we get upset, generally we're upset because we think they're not treating us fairly, and sometimes they're not, and then we can take action and we walk away then, or whatever the case is. And I'm applying that to this relationship too. And it's really when I get frustrated, I have to step back and say, what expectation is not being met, or something like that. Does that make sense?
it does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. And that's very deep and very high level psychology that a lot
Yeah.
of people
Well, yeah.
are working their whole lives to achieve and to understand and to do that pull back, when you're triggered
Yeah.
or when you get upset. And
And
lucky your daughters, well, your children, they had you because you
yeah, and my son and I always kind of had that relationship, and that was great. And with her, we had a little more, bumping into each other. And once I came up with that connection, it was like, oh, it made such a difference in our relationship. And went from, once her mom and I divorced, she didn't know where to put me. He's my mom's ex-husband. There's no cards saying, happy birthday, uncle, Merry Christmas, aunt, congratulations, mom's ex-husband. It doesn't exist. So, now we stay in contact. I just talked to her last night for a while, and mostly because I let go of this expectation that I had of her, like she should be doing things this way or that way. And I'm so thankful that I did, because otherwise that's one less person I'd have in my life who I care about.
Yes. And I think we have room for lots of love and growth, all of us.
All of us. And yeah, and I was going to say, and I, if you ask my friend, am I consistently, doing that? Nope. I'll admit it. Nope. I have great goals. I have great, plans, goals, desires, whatever for myself in this relationship. And I mess up regularly. And, we are learning how to adapt and adjust and be there for each other and trust each other. Big part is just trusting each other.
Well, I'm excited to hear how things flourish.
Yeah.
Do you all have a future date at some point where you all might get to meet, where you might go travel to her or her to you?
Yeah. My goal right now, actually, I'm planning, I planned to go there in August, and then it looked like I was going to have to put a roof on my house. So I had to postpone the trip, and then that didn't happen. But now I'm like, okay, but part of it, I have a dog and I have a house. So I need to have somebody here.
Absolutely.
And my son doesn't have classes for all of January. So he's going to be home. And so I'm going to be able to go there. We're waiting to see about actual meeting in person, because she's pretty shy about meeting people. It's in general, even without the app, she's shy about meeting people. So I'm like, hey, you know what? If we meet this time, fantastic. And if you're not ready, next time. Because really, what other choice do I have? Do I say, no, we have to meet?
Right. And you don't want her to feel uncomfortable.
No pressure. And because, if I know her enough to be like, if I pressure her, she will say, stay away for a while.
Yeah.
And nobody wins then.
Right. Well,
So
that's exciting. January is not far away.
It's
So
not.
that's something to look forward to. And again, I love love. I love the romantic part of dating and the connections and the bonds built. Those are some of the most beautiful things in the world. And so I'm excited, and I hope it works out for you all to connect.
Well, yeah, and I'm pretty sure that I'm confident. I'm like 100% sure that she and I will be in each other's lives forever in some fashion, even if it ends up being we remain good friends and never pursue the romantic part of it, like that romance, the relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, et cetera, et cetera. I know I want this person in my life. They cause.
Maybe got a phone call. Hi, everyone. This is the Living and Loving Show with Triple L. We're 8 favorites away from hitting 22,300 faves. If you're enjoying the show and want to tune in with us next week or join some of my streams throughout the week, please hit that favorite button. Please favorite my gifters of the stream, as well as my amazing folks in the chat. If you're enjoying their synergy, their vibes, I'm happy you're here, and thanks for joining us.
Remember when I said my computer's great to stream from, except for when my computer's not being great? It froze.
Okay. Well,
and
no
I
problem.
know because I have my phone open and I'm watching it on my phone, and all of a sudden I still see myself on the phone, but I was gone. It was like, oh, what happened? So I want to answer the question you brought up earlier, what pansexual means. Pansexual is like more inclusive than bisexual, but it's the idea that it's not the gender of the individual that matters to me. It's who they are, their personality, and then gender opens up a whole nother can of worms, but so it can be anywhere in the spectrum of somebody. And it really comes down to who they are more than what they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's well, kind of what you were talking about earlier. It's the energy, it's the vibe, it's the connection, it's the spirit, of the person more than
That inner beauty, that inner, their spirit. It really is. And that's the other side when I say I'm also demisexual. Demisexual is like you need to have, I need to have a spiritual or energetic or emotional connection with the person if I'm going to have any long-term serious romantic ambitions. So that's why I made the joke of I'm pandemic sexual, because I'm pansexual, demisexual, pandemisexual.
I like it. I think we can always learn more and be more open-minded, I mean, I think that is the beauty of this world, is the diversity, the complexity, and the simplicity of our life. I mean, we have this ability to create the life we want to live, and really no one should say it's wrong. As long as it's not hurting ourselves or someone else, we should be open to live our life. And
Exactly. No, I agree with that.
That's awesome. It's such a pleasure to have you in. And you all, are you not just wanting to jump in his stream as soon as he goes live? This is Papa Bear.
Speaking of which, when I normally do, I try to do evenings. I will often be in people's guest box in various shows. I've been on, I think, 12 game shows so far in the last 2 months, and have won all but one of my appearances. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And that was Groovies, and that came down to pick a number 1, 2, or 3, and I picked 2, and the other person picked 3, and they got the box that had winner, and mine had Zonk. So it was luck of the draw.
Oh my
so
God.
It's like, okay, oh well. But it was fun. And for me, I go into every game show with, hey, let's have fun. But when I stream, I do music. I do country, blues, rock, and folk, 60s, 70s, old school, new school, a little bit of everything. I try to put my own special spin on the music I do. And then I do, Hawkeye has an open mic on Wednesday nights. I stop by Brody's sometimes. Zombie Donut has an open mic. The third Thursday of every month, I host an open mic on my stream. And then whenever people are in my box or in my stream, if they want to get in a box and play, have at it. Less work for me.
I love it. Now, are you going to be live tonight?
Possibly later. I'm supposed to go to an actual real life jam session with some friends.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that it'll be going on long enough for me to still get there, but then also might afterwards, depending on how tired I am, because I think I mentioned I was up till 5 a.m.
Right. But you got a good a day sleep. So sometimes I can't sleep once I had a nice power nap through the middle of the day. So I guess we'll have to just make sure we favorite you. I have you made, but make sure everybody else favorites you.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, and tomorrow's Sunday. So Zombie Donut has a stream. Open mic starts at 3 p.m. I usually pop in there a couple times and do a few different songs, and then just keep your eyes out. I do try to remember to send out blasts, and often that happens. And then follow me on Instagram when I'm on shows and stuff. I post those too.
I love it. And it's in his bio. So make sure you're clicking the box right here. You can gift him, favorite him, and follow his Instagram before he's out of the chat. You're such a pleasure. I appreciate your time and energy. Good luck with everything. Stay connected, please. And I can't wait to see what's next and who's going to take that Millie.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, I'll send you a mail.
In a wheel, you might get a dragon.
I know. I've been so lucky with my friend. I've gifted her a lot, but it's a lot that she's gotten from me, but largely because I've gotten the golden dragon, I've gotten the red dragon, I've gotten the stone dragon, I've gotten the sand castle, I've gotten the phoenix, I've managed to hit bonuses on her wheels. I send her a lot, which is kind of
awesome.
So I'll say things to her like, just another sign that we're.
That's amazing. Well, keep going with that great energy. Enjoy your jam session tonight. I can't wait to see you live again. Thanks again.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you. Bye, all.
Papa Bear sings. Hi, everyone. If you're just joining us, this is the Living and Loving Show with Triple L. We're featured every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are at 1,763 views so far and counting. We're almost to 23,300 faves. We're about 5 faves away, so don't be shy with that favorite button. You could always unfavorite me later, but I hope you won't. Thank you, Budweiser Bear. I see you. Hey, everybody. We just had 2 amazing guests. If you missed their interviews, I want you to know you can find them on YouTube. Emoji J, who's still in the chat somewhere. Actually, he's in an event right now, probably. But he is my show recorder. He records for me every week, and we post them on his YouTube. And eventually, my YouTube channel will open up with all of